Very recently, I got a call from one of my customers. She was a senior manager in a leading private bank in Sri Lanka. She is in charge of training and development in the whole branch network. She explained me how COVID-19 outbreak impacted their business and how their customers got suffered. She also told me that the top management has taken a strict decision to stop all the training programs because they want to cut cost and need to face a recession. But the senior manager who spoke to me was desperately unhappy about the decision because she knew the repercussions of that. This discussion reminded me how world-class companies like Singapore Airlines responded to similar situations and how they remain number one position in the airline industry, both in economic boom as well as in recession. I thought it's worth sharing with you too. Singapore Airlines suffered business setbacks during events like SARS outbreak, the attack of 9/11 and the dramatic financial crisis. But instead of laying off people to cut cost, just like many companies do, Singapore Airlines captured these opportunities and equipped its employees through service enrichment programs. When the business returns to normal, Singapore Airlines employees are better trained, focused, and equipped with newer skills. During the recession, your business may not be performing at the peak level, but that is the ideal time period for you to allocate it wisely in investing in your employees, the most important asset. Singapore Airlines come out even more committed to the company and to their customers. They come up improving their skills in languages, procedures, food, wine, and all kinds of special situations. Now you may understand why Singapore Airlines consistently leads the world in service. But what the mediocre companies do during a period like this? What do the average companies do during a period like this? The first thing they do, they cut the training budget which has been allocated to enhance the human skills, which has been allocated to invest the most important asset in the organization. Then what happens? People get demotivated, people get discouraged, people go to their old shells of comfort and laziness. When the recession is over, most of the time, you will find a bunch of people who have the skills, enthusiasm and motivation below the average level. It's one of the reasons why average companies remain average, or why mediocre companies remain mediocre. I know now you may come with an argument, come on, we have to survive in the industry, we have to pass the recession, we have to pass the dark time, and you are not practical. I 100% agree with you, you have to pass the dark time. But remember, you have to be ready for the sunshine as well. May I ask you, why many companies need to shrink their training budget and compromise their employee development in the first place? I'll tell you why. In most companies, they think training or employee development is a privilege given to the employees. Therefore, they try to remove that privilege immediately when they face economic downtime. But the world-class companies and the A players of any industry, they think training is one of the biggest investments they ever make in their organization. You can look at it another way. An organization means a bunch of people. Whether it becomes a mediocre or world-class, it totally depends on the employees work there. I hope you two agree with me. World-class companies strive to remain world-class, uplifting the skills and enhancing the knowledge of the employees, while mediocre companies strive only to survive. World-class companies consider recession as an opportunity to come up with creative products and services and to give excellent customer experience, while mediocre companies think about it as a darker time period to pass and survive. Sometimes you may have a lot of argument with facts and figures not to believe that. But if you want to become a leader in your industry, just like Singapore Airlines, Apple, Disney, Google, Microsoft, you have to continuously invest in your most important asset, your employees. Good luck for you. Hi, this is Kitsiri. Hope you get great value from this video. Please share and like this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. I'll offer you more videos like this to improve your personal and professional life.